When I say everybody has an agenda, some people think I'm lying. Everybody has an agenda in Nigeria. Look at this report. The Islamic states of Kano and Kwara have declared today. Look at it. The Islamic states of Kano and Kwara have declared today, Thursday, June 26th, 2025, a public holiday to commemorate the beginning of the Islamic New Year 1447 AH. They are also saying that the federal government should consider our own agenda. You see, Nigeria is not an Islamic nation, but some people believe that it is an Islamic entity. Nigeria is not a Christian nation, it's not an Islamic nation, it is a secular nation, but some people, in their own mind, in their own region, they believe that Nigeria is meant to be an Islamic nation. That is the agenda of the Fulani. So everybody in Nigeria has an agenda. Look how they put it. The Islamic states of Kano and Kwara. Imagine you are saying the Christian states of Abia and Anambra, the Christian states of Lagos and Ogun. How would the Muslims in those states, what would they feel when the Yoruba start saying Lagos is a Christian state, we declare it a Christian state, Ogun State is a Christian state, we declare it a Christian state? How would the Muslims in Lagos feel? But you see, in Kano State, we have Christians. In Kwara State, we have Christians. We are calling the Islamic states of Kano and Kwara. I told you that the Fulani has an agenda. That agenda is to Islamize Nigeria. And they will never stop at it. Fulani has taken over Kano. Fulani is the emir in Kwara State. That's why they will have their mouth to come and say the Islamic states. So they are declaring a public holiday in commemoration of the beginning of the Islamic New Year. And they are saying the federal government should respect and consider the Islamic New Year as a national public holiday. I'm not having anything to do against Islamic New Year. We have the Christian celebrations, we have the Muslim celebrations. So my point exactly is that, you see, I said something about the Yorubas, the Southwest. Southwest will be the first ever to leave Nigeria because they are most prepared, they are most positioned. Nobody believes in one Nigeria. Don't let anybody deceive you. The politicians themselves do not believe in one Nigeria. The Fulani that is trying to make sure that they align with anybody, any colonial power, any imperialist movement, and the Fulani that they know that Nigeria is not one. Nigeria cannot be one. They use force and politics, division tactics, and divide and rule. That is what politicians will always use to rule Nigeria till Nigeria finally restructures. You see Tinubu now, what he's doing, using his Yoruba people, that is the only way he can sustain dominance. See, politics, like I said, it is not emotions, it is strategy. For instance now, you have your people who you understand. Everybody understand themselves. They speak in a particular language. The Fulani speak in a particular language. The Hausa speak in a particular language. The Ijaw people speak in a particular language. The Igbo speak in a particular, the Yoruba speak in a particular language. And your proximity, your environment influences you. An average human being is tribal because of his proximity or his environment. So as a president, if you're having somebody who is going to be your personal security aide, in a country such as Nigeria, if we are really united, why can't the president appoint the chief of army staff as a Fulani? Why did the president take chief of army staff as a Yoruba person? After Lagbaja died, they bring in, I think, Oloyede. Then the one that is chief of defense staff, they refuse to put Fulani there. They carry somebody from Middle Belt, I think Southern Kaduna, they put her for there. It tells you a lot about everybody's agenda in Nigeria. You see, as these Muslim people are pushing their agenda, the reason why I brought this topic to talk about is because of Southeast governors. We had the Biafra Day, and none of them is looking at the sacrifices made by the people of the Southeast. We lost a lot of pure breed, brave, educated Biafrans. A lot of potentials we lost during the war. And these fools that call themselves leaders in the Southeast will not take it like let us, this sacrifice that these people have made, let us make sure we institutionalize the Biafra Day in the Southeast. Look at the June 12th. The Southwest took it up upon themselves. They paid sacrifices and they played their politics. People died as a result of June 12th. Yes, as a result of Abiola, people sacrificed. They used it as we are fighting for democracy, but you are actually fighting for the life of the Yoruba people. And people killed themselves. Politicians came out and supported their own. Awarawa, Tiwantiwa. Look at 1960s, 1970s. Ahmadu Bello will be preaching indigenization. Indigenization. Igbos are taking over our jobs. Let us make sure we groom Hausa people that will take over these jobs from Igbo. Even though the Hausa is not qualified and the Igbo is qualified, let the Hausa be the head, the Igbo will be the PA. What was Nnamdi Azikiwe? And what was he busy doing? He was going up and down, showing himself. A typical Igbo man wants to stand alone. And in a multi-ethnic and competitive society like Nigeria, you cannot stand alone if you are in a tribe. An average Igbo man believes that he could stand alone, he could do everything. Separate, separate, separate. They don't come together in groups to push an agenda. They are forced most times politically to come together because of what is expected of them. They are forced to come together. But usually an average Igbo man wants to do, he believes that he knows everything. Look at Nnamdi Azikiwe. Awolowo was pushing for Awarawa and you did not get the message. Instead of you unite with your people in the Southeast and push for an identity, instead you started going up and down, doing Zik of Africa, left, right, center. This is where we are today. If you don't understand the room, you will not understand how to play your politics. Our Igbo leaders, I don't know where they come from. Where they come from. You see how the North is playing their politics. Like I said, when it comes to politics, and you want to align with Northern Nigeria, they will tell you that Northern interest. They are not afraid to say Northern interest. Is there any block in the Southeast? Do we have even Southeast Governors Forum? Do they have meeting? What did they discuss anything about the Southeast? They are busy following the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, playing politics, looking for how to align with the center. Align. You are not aligning with yourself. That is why it is difficult for an Orji Uzor Kalu to attract whatever investment is attracted, because he cannot gather his people together. There is no leadership. That is why everybody is looking at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has stepped into that leadership of the Southeast. Most of these governors doesn't want him to come out. If Nnamdi Kanu comes out, everybody will look up to his own leadership. There's no leadership. The things that the people are yearning for, it is, in quote, let me use the word in quote, non-state actors that are calling the shots. Biafra Day, sit at home, fight against marginalization, do this, protest and this, ask for. Normally, our representatives in the Senate, the senators, the House of Reps, whoever politicians that are aligned, that are representing the Southeast in the center, would form a bloc, united, aligning with their constituents and their people, aligning with their intellectuals, aligning with their religious leaders, aligning with their traditional rulers, and come as a bloc, become a pressure group and demand for what is needed in the Southeast. Everyone is scattered. That one is scattered. Benjamin Kalu will tell Alex Oti, you must enter APC. That is their own priority. Enter APC, they will give you key. That's what Tinubu may be doing. They will give you key to the loot. See, Ojizo Kalu, Benjamin Kalu, get me Southeast, get me Abia State, get me Enugu State. You have a whole lot of things to gain. So their own priority is how they are going to assess the treasury by aligning their states with the APC. They are not looking at the yearnings of the people, the predicament of the people. Selfish, selfish, selfish. I tell you, and I tell you for a fact, if the Fulani is able to conquer the Middle Belt and enter the Southeast, it will be worse. I'm telling you. Now the same Southeast governors and politicians They sabotage, they come together, they plan against the Southeast Freedom Fighters, Nnamdi Kano and co, that establish an ESN that is effective, that is accepted by the people. Imagine a government that says it is legal. The governors, whoever, they say they are legally voted. The people are rejecting what they are creating. The people don't trust in their judgment, and you call yourself a governor. You don't see anything wrong with that. It's because of greed and stupidity of leaders. Look at the Fulanis, consistent in what they are doing, focused. They don't care to compromise anything just to preserve their heritage. But the Igbo man wants to destroy his heritage left, right, center, does not care. He's a lone wolf and lone ranger. In today's global politics, geopolitics, you cannot survive as a lone ranger. Igbo leaders should come together. It is not this your village meeting that you do this and that. This one do this. Let there be the region. Understand and mark your boundaries. Everybody come together. Align, agree. Understand, mark your boundaries. Understand the yearnings of the people. Look at how you can package it, present it, and address it in Nigeria. But yet, nobody does anything. And if Fulani will come inside Enugu State, governor of Enugu State will say, there's no killings. It is old video. Live, we'll be seeing videos. Videos of today. People are being killed in Enugu State. The governor will come out. He will not say anything. He will keep silent and be looking left, right, center. All he will say is that, don't mind them. They are politicizing the killings. That's what he will say. A leader of a supposed state, an Igbo man. We are losing ourselves day by day. That is why I want the release of Nnamdi Kano. Because as an Igbo man, I have an identity to protect and preserve. I can't do it alone. We need all hands on deck. We need a leadership, people that have gone far ahead of us, to set the path. Yes, set the legacy and prospect. What legacy are the... So when I said about the Yorubas going to leave Nigeria before Biafra, some people came out and said, you don't know. What you don't know is bigger than you. Now that one they pay me pass. With all this gra and aggressiveness you have been doing, nothing has been achieved critically. When I say critically, I want Biafra more than anything. Nigeria is not designed to work. I don't know how many times I will tell people for here. Somebody said this is APC, this one. I said Nigeria, it is only restructuring that will bring it home. Nothing else will bring it home. Forget people that are deceiving you. We have been into this whole colossus of politicking from left, right, center, front, back. At the end of the day, we go back to square zero. Look at Ojukwu, the war that we fought. Some things that we needed to adjust. Waziriki came and did adjustment. It is a work in progress. And we need to come together. Nnamdi Kanu came and did adjustment. Nobody has known everything. So you don't tell people that what you are planning, you don't know. That is a mindset of, I can do it alone. At the end of the day, you achieve nothing. Look at how the Fulani people, the Fulani guys, are threatening the government videos. Fulani, they threaten government. The political leaders are not saying anything. But when their people is being attacked, they come together in Nigeria. It is not a fair game. It's not a fair game. In Nigeria, it's not fair. Nothing is fair. Sometimes the Southwesterners, politicians, they will fold their hands and be looking at us. Leave them. Let them do what they are doing. I will be making so much brag. What is the brag all about? I've always complained about this. Our Igbo billionaires, they are useful for nothing. They are not useful to the tribe. You know, when poverty, you see poverty of the mind. People that miss road. When a person that is not matured upstairs, an average Igbo man, he lives in plenty. He lives in a society, a society that he has water, he has light, he has health facilities, he has credit facilities, he's doing well, he has access to food. He does not want, You know, it's a poor man that when a poor man sees money, he starts showing himself. You go to parties, you start spraying money. You go, you buy the most expensive wine. You grab. You start showing yourself. When you go to the village, yes, that mindset will not take anybody anywhere. The mindset takes nobody anywhere. You know me say I go talk my own truth. If you have your own truth you want to talk, you can talk your own. I'm telling you, that mindset. The Ekumeku war. Is there any production? Is there any production like it? We dominated Nollywood at a point in time, but where are we today? Shebi, you are making out. We Igbos dominated Nollywood. Where are we today? Who are the ones? Who are the people dominating Nollywood now? We only have old actors, old veterans. Who are the younger ones coming up? Who are those dominating Nollywood? I went to Computer Village. I think it's Jaramon. I went to watch Efuronye. That is a Yoruba myth. The Yorubas are replicating their history through action movies, and they have their billionaires sponsoring these things, sponsoring it. They have their billionaires sponsoring it. We have Igbo billionaires. They're just billionaires for nothing. When they die today, there's no addition to the Igbo heritage. There's no addition to Igbo culture. There's no addition to Igbo history. They just came like parasites and they left without leaving an indelible mark. When they put this premiere on social media, it becomes the history. 100,000 years to come, people will refer to that history that they displayed now. Look at the Yoruba Ronu, the man that brought Yoruba Ronu. He went on displaying play upon play upon play, bringing the awareness of the Yoruba culture to the people. People are now acclimatized. An average Yoruba family will bring his son and daughter. Tell him about the history of his people. An average. And they will make sure that they stick to the language and culture. An average. But you see, it was left, right, center. Nobody's doing anything. Me, on my own part, I will do my part. But I'll keep on calling out these people. If we don't take time, the agenda of others will override our agenda in Nigeria. The agenda of others will override our agenda. Our people are not informed about our history. But look at Fulani, all coming together saying Islamic State, Islamic State. When you call Jewish State, some Igbo people now them will come, they attack you. Why will you say Jewish State? We don't see, me personally, the Igbos need to create a niche for themselves. We don't care what people are saying about us. It is we that are Igbos. It is we that will come together. We agree that this is what we want as a people. We don't listen to another person that your opinion is not important here. It's not needed. It is we, Abi, Shebi na we. Now we Igbo. We accept this as our history. We accept this as our culture. We make it popular. We run a media campaign on it. We let our people bring the consciousness to our people. Then everybody knows that this is who we are. This is the direction we are going. All of a sudden, we see different things. Different things. Look at Nnamdi Kano. He started with Radio Biafra. How did he get this support? He understood one thing. He took media seriously. He started talking into the consciousness of the people. People started aligning with his vision. People that never even considered Biafra that serious. I never considered the Biafra thing that serious. It was through Nnamdi Kanu messages that I really started, okay, let me look into this. I think this is making sense. That is making sense. And I looked at, over the years, I grew up in Lagos, and I look at, some people will tell their children, this is Omoibo. Don't align with him. This Omoibo, they are this and that. I didn't take it very serious then. I just say maybe that's their way, because normally I don't send waiting people they talk. I don't send waiting people they talk in the first place. But I started recalling and looking at history, looking at what happened this time, what happened that time, politically, what is happening, what some people are saying, responses on social media, left, right, center, and I came to understand that we need to have an identity. We need to have a country, a culture, a home of our own. It was because of Nnamdi Kanu. He took advantage of the media. I'm not a fool. I support Nnamdi Kanu. I will say it every other time. I do not support Samuel Ekpa. I don't support Samuel Ekpa. He might contribute in his own way to the awareness. He's bringing awareness to Biafra, but that does not mean I will not be coerced to support a person. I see a vision in Nnamdi Kanu. If Samuel Ekpa is aligning with Nnamdi Kanu, okay, I support Nnamdi Kanu. And this man has brought a kind of consciousness that Africans will never ever forget in their lives. That somebody like this existed. In the history of Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu existed. In the history of Nigeria. This is what we need to do. This Fulani, this Islamics, they don't forget their calendar year. They continue. A Fulani will speak his language to his own child. Will not allow his child to mix with other people. Make sure he's grounded, he's well grounded in the do's and don'ts of their tribe and their culture and their ethnicity. You make sure they are grounded before he push them. But we will just I blame our parents that did not really help us get grounded in the language at a younger age. And we are here today trying to retrace all those things, trying to align plus minus. And we are looking at some of the things we are not doing well. So as it is, it still stands. The Yorubas are the first persons that will leave Nigeria, whether I like it or not. We have been fighting for Biafra a very long time. We need to re-strategize. You don't enter the farm through one way and leave the farm through one way. There are different roads to the farm. If you are choosing only one route to the farm, my brother, you'll be limited. Let's re-strategize and make sure we forge understand history, study history. We form a formidable path towards restructuring, because Nigeria is going to restructure, and when the restructuring comes upon every one of us, I hope we'll be ready. We'll be we'll be prepared for the restructuring. The Yorubas are prepared. Every other person, I don't know how prepared they are. The Igbos are a bit prepared mentally, but however, may God help us.